Hello, my name is Sinden Snope. I am part of our group here for Dr. Anderson's course here. Sorry, I'm trying to do this on my phone because my computer is not working right now, but that is okay. I'm a member with Susan Taylor, Shandretta Patterson, and Rebecca Brunt. I'm going to start off my video, kind of be an introduction. We have been working really good as a team, but we haven't really found a time, and we didn't really have time to sit down and all record this video together. So as you watch this, you'll have our perspective from all four of us together. I'm going to put this video together in a YouTube video and kind of splice them all together, so you have a couple minutes from each of us kind of going down our requirements here. So let me pull this up really quick. Yeah, we met this past Saturday evening, and then we're meeting this Tuesday evening, the 26th. To fulfill our requirements for 2 meetings. We meet on Google Meets, and it was really nice working with those ladies, and seems like we have a pretty good flow of how to work things out. So forgive me here, just going through what we need to go for this. So what our main focus was, we kind of broke this assignment up into 4 different pieces here. The way we broke it down was the brain anatomy and development was being handled by Rebecca, which you'll see her section after this. Shandretta got the self-awareness piece. Susan got the tech and adolescent learning, and then my focus was decision-making and problem solving. So as you'll see on our slideshow that we put together as a team, we all had our own slides and stuff like that as far as decision-making and problem solving. Basically, decisions as an adolescent are hard. You know, these kids are growing up. I teach middle school math myself, and my students are, their bodies are changing, and, friendships and relationships and family life can be hard for them, and making decisions, whether it be in a math class like me or volleyball practice, because I also coach volleyball, it's tough for these kids. So like the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which supports planning, judgment, impulse control, and all that sort of stuff is still developing. So these things are a lot harder for adolescents than it is for like you or I that is already fully formed brain, hopefully for the most part. So my main focus was like covering the some strategies and stuff like that. So like in my class, my students would consider something like, what are my options for these decisions? How can I tackle this math problem? How can I tackle this logic problem? My volleyball girls, how am I gonna, the serve comes over the net. Is it gonna be low or short? Is it gonna be high? Do I need to try to dig it out? Do I need to, dive out of bounds for this ball or something, or let it go out of bounds? What are the options for the problem that we're, going over? That sort of stuff. So I have a lot of problem solving skills, and I want to get into the teeth of that to make this video too long, just because, we are covering it a lot here. But that's the gist of my problem solving and that sort of stuff. So forgive me again here. It was really good. Rebecca really took charge. I want to say that she is the leader of our group. She took charge and really created that Canva document for us, and she's the one that set up all of our meetings for us. She's been really helpful. I want to give her a shout out. She was amazing. The other 2 girls were amazing as well. Communication, we have a text thread going. We message in our group chat. Like, if I'm honest with you, I kind of had some apprehension about a group project beforehand because, I didn't know how it was going to work in this online environment, but it's been really nice working with these ladies, and I think they're going to be phenomenal teachers if they're not already, because they're just really on it. We had the Canva, we set this up, and we kind of divvied it up to make it fair, equal parts for everybody. So hopefully it shows up on our presentation that you're going to look through. I think it's really important, and I think that what you're looking for in the part of this project was this collaboration. Like, as a teacher myself, it's really hard to get stuck in your own ways, and you kind of feel overwhelmed. Especially last year was my first year teaching. I felt like I was like, what in the world's going on? And the best thing that helped me was collaborating and getting help from other teachers that kind of, been here before, worked with the kids before, especially in my building for 15, 20 years, like working with your staff and other teachers to make sure like our best interest is these kids, especially because they're going through such changes in their life with their anatomy and their psychology, and the list goes on and on. It's really important. So I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to shout out all my teammates. And after me here in this video, you'll see their portions of the video and their explanations, but this video might be longer than the 3 to 5 minute requirement. Mine's going over 4 minutes right now, it looks like, but I just wanted to shout them out. Yeah, not too much more of your time for this. So all of our references and resources are on our Canva for all the sources and citations that we used. But yeah, it was great working with these people, and I hope you enjoyed this video and our project. So thank you.
Hello, my name is Susan, and I am part of Group A4, and it was a delight to work on this team. When we created our resource, we decided that a digital presentation that could be presented to teachers at a training, a PD, during collaborative planning was the best resource to create for teachers. I know at my school, we have after-school sessions once per month for new teachers, a lot of whom are career changers and don't have the pedagogy and these types of courses about adolescent development prior to becoming teachers. So it'd be really helpful to give them this information about how the brain works in this age group, especially because I work in secondary and high school. So it's especially helpful for us. And so we decided that a digital presentation that can be used as a training was the best resource to create. And the method which we used to get this done was we kind of did like a jigsaw method, a type of exercise that is used for cooperative learning. And so we decided to divide and conquer and then come back and share. This method is really helpful when working with professionals, especially at your school site, because there's just not enough time in the day. And teachers are already working beyond contract hours. And so this method helps us get the task done, but in a manageable way. So everybody kind of divided the content areas, went on their own to work on their own schedules. We're all working professionals with families. Everybody was able to work on their part. And then we were able to come back. We became experts in our areas, and then we came back together as a group and we shared what we learned with the others so that everybody was still learning about the other areas, but without having to spend 4 times as much time doing so. And so this means this method is really helpful because it creates an interdependence. Each of us was responsible for a vital piece of the overall project, and without being accountable to the group, like if we weren't accountable, that means the overall project would not be successful. So each one of us had to really be accountable and try to respect timelines and deadlines as best we could, because all of our grade is depending on each other. And it really creates engagement because the team was constantly checking up on each other and making sure that each other was doing okay and offering support. And I really appreciated how supportive my team was. They were, it's okay, don't worry, we got this, a very positive environment. And that's something that I think is really helpful to have in this profession because it's just such a tough profession. Um, yeah, and so it was really enjoyable to work on this team.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Brown. Our group developed a teacher resources that focus on understanding the adolescent brain. Our resources begin with an overview of the major structure of the adolescent brain. The resources also provided practical classroom strategies. These include goal settings, self-monitoring, think aloud, problem-based learning, structured collaboration, and opportunity for students to reflect. These resources will be helpful to teachers because it connects brain development to actual classrooms behavior and explains developmental factors that may contribute to behaviors. Our group used collective and share responsibilities to develop the resources. By dividing the work alone into the group members to focus on different areas of the assignment. These strategies were successful. We worked well in communicating and sharing information within the group. If our group worked another collaborative assignment like this, I would do nothing differently because everyone came up with a great plan. Collaboration between teachers and school staff can help create a shared vision by bringing different ideas, experience, and areas needed to support for students. When educators, counselors, administrators, special education professionals, and other staff communicate regularly, they can develop a better understanding of students' academically, social, emotional, and development needs. Working together also allows staff members to identify concerns early and can create consistent strategies to help students succeed. As a supportive professional culture encourage teachers to ask questions, share effective strategies, and learn from one another. Most importantly, collaboration helps school focus on the whole student instead of looking at an academic performance or behavior in isolation. This conducts my video, and I thank you so much.